Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel, and I'm delighted to be joined by Paul Kelly as we're reacting to what we just seen from London as Chris Too Slick Congo has registered the biggest win of his career so far and knocked off the Albanian king Florian Marku. And Paul, let's jump into it. First of all, public enemy number one for our Albanian fan base all week. So I'll give you the chance to say, first of all, I told you so. And secondly, what you thought of that fight. Give us your opinion on what we just seen there.
Yeah, mate, thanks for having me on. I do. I hate to say I told you so, but I did tell you so. Like, I've been getting a lot of flack in the comments of any of our KONGO, MARKU videos, just saying about that I had something against some sort of vendetta against Florian Marku. I genuinely didn't. I just think he's a very limited fighter, and I think we saw that tonight. I really do think we saw that. Tonight against Chris Congo, I think. We'll get into the fight more kind of in a second here, but I just think it just showed he was limited. He was out of ideas. He, I don't know, his tactics were strange. Um, I don't know whether, obviously, I'm not going to say there was no urgency there. But he was clearly getting frustrated because everything he was trying, Chris Congo had an answer for. Um, the front foot pressure from Marco early on was good in the sense of trying to get Congo to tire. But for me, mate, um, I'm not afraid to say I think I give Marco rounds one and two. So I was starting to think, oh dear, but I genuinely give Chris Congo every single round from round three to round 10. Maybe the fourth or fifth. I would maybe have it was an even enough round. Because Marco maybe landed the more eye catching shots, but in one of those rounds. But overall, man, I think it was a comprehensive victory. I think I was worried that the first scorecard it was gonna I was like, oh no, that's a wee bit close. So it shows, but I'm glad to see as well that the point deduction didn't have any real reckoning on the fight in the end. To be honest with you, that's a good thing, I suppose. But yeah, mate, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm sitting here, and you know what? I would have been prepared to eat my humble pie, so I'm going to gloat and bathe in the glory here as well.
Do you know what? I can already see the comments. I can already see the comments flooding in on this one from the Albanian fans. But yeah, I have to totally agree with what you said. You know, Congo exposed uh kind of Marku's limits, very limited fighter, and Congo exposed everything about that tonight from the start. He was just more versatile. He boxed so well off the back foot, worked that got that jab going early and mixed up his shots much better than Marku. At the start I was quite worried, I thought, and we kind of discussed this during the fight itself. We said, does Congo have the pop to kind of keep Marco off him all night? I was worried that he didn't, to be honest with you. I thought Marco was going to get to him. I didn't think I didn't think Congo could kind of stop the swarming of Marco all night, but he did. He boxed beautifully, and he put on a bit of a skill in there. To be honest with you, I just think he was way too well rounded for Marco. He exposed him a lot tonight, I think, stylistically. So credit to Congo. Matthew Macklin said it on commentary, it's the best I've ever seen in box. And I have to totally agree with that. He done what he needed to do from start to finish, and it was an excellent performance. It was just a bit of a weird fight to score. Well, not for us, but we had obviously Elliot Stott there representing the channel tonight, who kind of was scoring it differently to us from ringside. So I don't know, did it look different from ringside than on the TV? But I just thought, yeah, Chris Congo, cleaner work, more versatile, sharper shots compared to Marquis, just landing the odd big hook, there and then the odd kind of eye-catching shot. So the deserved winner for me. I thought 98-92 was the correct score for me. Yeah. I thought 96-94 is too close. To be honest with you, for me, I have to agree with how you scored. I gave Congo pretty much every round after that. So yeah, huge win for Chris Congo. So yeah, good performance there. Let's touch a bit on now what's next. Obviously, a lot of people thought it'd be Marku pushing on after this one, but well, first of all, let's talk about Florian Marku for quite quickly. Can he come back from this? Can you see him bouncing back from this kind of loss to push on towards a European level again, or is this a too big of a setback for him?
Mate, I think you can always come again. Like, let's be honest, in same professional boxing now, I think losses are more like a loss doesn't mean anything in some cases. See, I do take my hat off to Marku. Like, that was a 50-50 fight, more or less. Oh, yes, most people were favouring Marku, but the bookies had it relatively close and everything. So, they're the fights you want to see. You're not going to win every single fight you have unless you're Floyd Mayweather. Do you know what I mean? Like, um, there are going to be times where you have to come through adversity and bounce back. And you know what? I mean, I've always said I never thought Marku could have got to that European level. And I still believe that. But like, a loss doesn't define him. He can definitely come back. He's entertaining. He's clearly got a big following. And no matter now that he's had this loss, you can be sure that his next fight will still be, all the Albanian fans and his loyal fan base will be behind him. So in that sense, yeah, no, the loss doesn't define him. Just because he's not maybe as good as everyone thought he was, that's no disgrace. That doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? He's still a decent fighter. I think he's very limited and kind of found his level tonight because would you say Chris Kong was any higher than British level?
Mm.
Probably not. So obviously he's Albanian, Marku, but you wouldn't really put him. What level is he at? Then he's not above that British level, definitely not. So yeah, I can definitely come again, mate. I'm not going to sit here and say throw out the McKendry retirements or anything like that. He can come again, but yeah, I just think that we saw tonight that when he faces a fighter like Chris Congo, who's just more well schooled, more well rounded, and just fundamentally a better fighter, that he's going to come unstuck. And there's no disgrace in that.
Mm. Yeah, no, I have to totally agree. Losses in for anyone, losses shouldn't be the total end of the world. And as you say, with his following and his personality, whoever he fights next is still gonna have eyeballs on it. It's still gonna bring the crowd in and get people looking and get people excited to watch. So yeah, I would like to see him come again. Just a word on the winner, I suppose, before we wrap up here. Congo, what's next for him? If you had to maybe give me a name or a level now, does he step up to kind of European level? Of course, the European champion is Jordi Vice, I believe, now at welterweight. Is that a fight you can see happening next, or maybe what sort of names can you see Congo in with next?
It's interesting, man. I don't think he's going to fight for a European title next. There's a few. I actually think he's got a few options without having one well ahead of the other in terms of options. I think he's got the Esserman rematch is probably. I mean, it's not that it was. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't like a fight where like, oh, we want to see it again. But now that Esserman's lost to Harry Scarf, is that a fight that we can kind of we want to see? Could he fight Harry Scarf for the British? Is that potentially a fight? Even if, for example, there's rumors of a Conor Walker and Lewis Crocker. Could he fight the winner or the loser of that fight next? There are quite a lot of options domestically, at least. There's so many options at welterweight. So yeah, I think Chris Congo could win the British title. Could he win the European title? Hard to say. Sometimes, like if you had have said to a lot of people, would Tyler Denny have ever won the European title, they would have said no. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to say he can't. But yeah, for me, I think he can win the British title, and I would love to see him do it. He deserves another big fight after that because he put in a stellar performance there against Florian Marku.
Absolutely, yeah. I think to be honest, a British title fight is a logical next step for Chris Congo. To be honest, as you say, especially since Harry Scarf beat Esserman, make Scarf Congo, and I would definitely favor Chris Congo on that one. But looking at the division as a whole, like as you said, domestically there's a lot of entertaining fights there, not even, before we even get to talking about European level or world level, there's still a lot of entertaining fights there for Chris Congo, and he certainly deserves it. It deserves it after that one, after that performance and victory. So, yeah, that's all we have time for on this reaction to what we just seen from London, as Chris Congo has handed the Albanian king Florian Marku his first career defeat, winning by unanimous decision after a very excellent performance at the O2 Arena. Don't forget, as always, drop us a like on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on all social media. A lot of great content always coming out. And Paul, absolute pleasure, and speak again next time.
Oh man, and for anyone that was commenting saying that they thought I was deluded for Marky winning, I'm expecting an apology. Cheers.
There you go. We waited for that. That's what I waited on. Take care.